Mr. Munyeki, he works with Advocate Mshololo, who represent accused number 5. So he took charge. He first made sure that he got the expert to confirm this bad thing that happened to accused number 2, Ntanzi. So now, when he was done with that, he moved into Sgt Mogane, taking what the expert, which is provided by the state, what has confirmed, and then putting it against Sgt Mogane, and made Sgt Mogane to admit to something that he himself is not comfortable to admit, because he understands the implication of admitting to that. Now, people need to understand this. It is not the honors of the defense to prove their clients guilty beyond reasonable doubt. But this is how it works. The state must prove its case beyond reasonable doubt against the accused. But what the defense needs to do, they must poke doubt on the evidence presented or provided by the state. So what they've done by so doing right now, it is also poking or proving doubts. This lawyer, he's not a charismatic lawyer, right? But what he does, he gets you confirmed and he gets you to admit the most important things that you need to admit. And once you are done, he's done with you, he will let you go. You can jump as much as you want to do, but if you are admitted to the key things here, then it's done. He doesn't waste time in little things. That is Mr. Munyeki, who works with Advocate Mshololo, a charismatic lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to unpack all of this, provided that you're interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there are few things that I'm requesting from you guys, and those things are, right, guys, you need to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section below. You need to watch this video until the end. You need to watch the ads. You also need to share this video, right? Doing all of those, guys, is free of charge. So guys, if it's free of charge, I don't get it why you don't do it, right? Or the previous video, guys, before we get into the previous video, guys, I must admit that, you know, I'm no longer consistent these days. One of the key things is the fact that I am so tired. It's fatigue, guys. December is just around the corner. We've been working hard throughout the year, and I'm also doing a lot of things behind the scenes. And also, guys, I must say that the court must close on the first day of December, which is Friday. The 1st of December, the court must close. I think they will come back mid or towards the end of January. They will be back in court, right? I'm not sure, but yeah, that will be confirmed. But yeah, I think this is our last week with the Mayiwa case. We'll see it next year. Now, Mr. Miyake, we also know that you spent about 17 hours there. Mogane says, I'm not sure, but it's possible those hours. Munyeki, we also know that when you then parked at the petrol station in Albertine. Mogane was like, hey, I am not going to deny this. So he was like, no. The expert provided by the state confirmed this. So are you denying what the expert says? And then Mogane was like, this guy got me here. Out of 24 hours in a day, we spent 17 hours. You know what it means? A person must sleep at least 8 hours. At least 8 hours. Sgt Mogane now confirmed that on the 18th of June, we traveled with accused number 2 to Carltonville. Is that true? Mogane says, yes, that's true. You left Pretoria at around 25 past 8. Mogane, I don't remember the time, right? We also know that you were there at 18:53 until the early hours of the morning. That's true. Can you remind the court what was happening? Oh, Mogane, I testified we had a problem with the car. That is where we went to the garage. Remember the garage that they parked around the 18:53 and they left about 18 past 12 p.m. That's the garage we're talking about. It's the engine garage, right? So he says, no, there was a problem with the car. Miyagi starts with the evidence of the 18. And okay, it's okay, no problem. So you parked at the garage. Started before that. We stopped there. Look, we had like the card and issue. You did not mention this crucial piece of evidence in your evidence in chief. I previously explained we could look. I didn't say the whole night and blah blah blah. The lawyer was like, why did you not mention this? Remember the issue of poking doubts. It comes again here to say these people, they just need to poke doubts and prove doubts in whatever these people are saying. And now you already have that. You already have it that you did not confirm, you did not put this in your evidence in chief. It only arrives, or it only comes out as during the cross-examination. That's how, you know what I'm saying? In other words, he's simply saying you're unreliable. And I want to ask you the question, do you feel like he's reliable? Mnyake Uti, do you admit that the crucial evidence you never mentioned in your evidence in chief? Mogane, if you were listening, I did say it may look in my evidence in chief, and we didn't stop the whole night. Mnyake, we know that that's not true because you left the following day. Mogane, what was the time? Mnyake, it is after 12 midnight. If you look at the AVL, it will tell you what time I left there. Now he begins to rely on the AVL. Okay, so Mnyake reminded him that no, you left at about 18 past to 19 past 12 p.m. Right, Mnyake says, may I refer to the AVL? Yes, I see it. You know, look, yeah. So they left at that time. That's another point that Mnyake wanted to secure with. That's another point that Mr. Mnyake wanted to confer or secure with this one, to say you spent 17 hours. He secured that point, and then the second point that so far he had secured was that you are unreliable. Some of the evidence that you were, the crucial evidence that you were supposed to render in your evidence in chief, you left it aside. Okay, let's move on to another piece of information which you look. I'm only going to focus on the most crucial evidence that was given, so that we can save your data here. Utigo Mnyaka, you were asked about 17 hours. Why did you not take the accused back to the cell after completing your investigation at the mine? You said you were busy with other investigation, and that will be brought in return. Look, if he's returned to prison. Do you remember? I remember him saying that. We even made a comment to say when they entertain Ubongane Ntanzi. I remember him saying that. So the lawyer was on point here. We couldn't return him because he was gonna be bored. 17 hours. Do you remember? Do you see where we're going now? 17 hours with Mogane on the road, and the only justification why you did not return him on the cell, it is simply because he was gonna get bored. These people are admitting to wrongness, but trying to justify their wrongness, right? Mogane, I remember informing the court. I don't remember mentioning anything else, but I myself, I remember that. Let me remind you, there is a question that that was put to you regarding the 17 hours you spent with the accused from the 18th of June 2020. You said you were conducting other investigation. You said the suspect will be bored, hence you drove around with the suspect. I remember vividly, and Mogane couldn't escape this, because it is on record. He lied. He lied on record. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that his Bill of Rights, the rights of Mogane, of accused number 2, found in the Bill of Rights, they have been violated by these people who portray themselves as people who understand, they care about Mogane's rights. They are the ones who are telling us that no, Mogane Ntanzi would have been born. Mogane Ntanzi hasn't said that. We only hear from them. Right. Is that the only reason you could not return Mogane Ntanzi to or you book Mogane Ntanzi to a nearest police station so you can get rest? No. Guys, okay. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, the judge then at some point interjected Umunyeki and all the stuff. After the stop at engine garage, you said Jonathan organized a mechanic Is that still your evidence? Mogane says yes. How was the mechanic paid? I don't know as their mechanic. Even Jonathan, when he gave his evidence, he never mentioned that, right? This guy, Sgt Mogane, after the mechanic, after the magistrate, you said Jonathan organized what? Let's leave that one. We already covered that one. We see that here there was lie. I'm showing you something. This guy, this new lawyer, Munyeki, was onto something here. I'm trying to show you something now. So Munyeki now asked about Mogane when look. Let's leave that one. I'm trying to make sure that we focus on the most relevant information. Now let's go. Let's come to this one again, Maj. Uthi Munyeki, after you left the garage, did you go straight to to Pretoria North Police Station? Mogane says yes. That's not correct. You went to Arten. It could be correct. Do you understand now what this guy is doing? He's playing size 1 feet all. It's like a person greeting you saying, good evening, afternoon, good morning, afternoon, evening, choose one that fits you. That is exactly what this person is saying. Good morning, evening, afternoon, choose the one that fits the occasion. Right, it could be. I do not recall. I stopped at Eratin in one of the offices. Munyeki then reminded him and took him through by the AVL. But that's one point that also it is important. It shows that how the AVL, sorry. VAR, it's in football, you know what I'm saying? AVL, yeah, it shows that the AVL had worked against their idea. It actually cornered them. That's why I said the AVL was not supposed to be produced, or they shouldn't have brought the issue of an AVL, because they have scored an own goal with the AVL. All the defense that needed was just to prove doubts, and they are managing to do so far. Okay, let's go to another crucial information now. Now we are looking at this one. Munyeki now goes into the 18 hours. Ntanzi was booked out of 18 on the 18th of 18 and 19th of June. Munyeki, when you booked accused number 2 from 8:30 until 02 or 2:30 a.m. Roughly, how many hours is that? I'm not well vested in maths. Sorry, Mogane. That was the best way to run away, but obviously it's gonna come back again. So you booked him at about 8:30 a.m. and you return him at about 2:30 a.m. You can count. You know what I'm saying? Still remember that we are working on that 17 hours, right? And proving a point that this confession was secured under duress because the person's concentration span was that low. That's the point that they are proving here. And that lawyer has been doing exceptionally well, you know what I'm saying, in proving that point. Right. Now he says on the 19th of June, we know that you returned to Pretoria on the 19th of June 2020. The AVL report shows the car was switched off at about 2:30 a.m. Mogane, may I please go through the AVL? And yes, that's correct. If we calculate the hours from 8 a.m. when you booked out accused number 2 to when you return him, he says it amounts to 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? In fact, it amounts to 17 hours without Mogane Ntanzi getting a proper sleep. Right. Remember that justification is that no, he was gonna be bored. That's why. So you violated his rights under the disguise that he was gonna be bored. Now let's look at another one. Then he got booked on the 19th of June at about 2:30. What time did you book him out again? Mogane says at about 4:30 a.m. So he has been booked in at about 2:30 a.m. At 4:50 a.m. same day, he got booked out. How many times did this guy sleep? Hey, look at those times. It indicates that the accused was at Pretoria North Police Station for less than 3 hours. So now, do you notice something here? 17 hours spent on the road. 17 hours spent on the road. They only give you less than 3 hours to sleep, and then they book you out again. You know what it means? Again, it means that the confession that you got from him was under duress because you frustrated his body. His body was shutting down because he was too exhausted. You forced him into exhaustion, and then you got a confession once he was heavily exhausted, wanting at least a space to sleep, and then you justified. He gave two justifications, lame one. One was that he was going to get bored. Two, he said, no, in these cars are comfortable. And I said to you guys, nobody can sleep in a car and say that. I don't care which car. Nobody can sleep in a car and say, I slept like I was in a proper place of sleep. Never, never. That's a fact. You can never sleep in a car and wake up and feel the same. Never. So from 2:30 to 4:30, that was the only time that was afforded to this guy to Mogane Ntanzi to sleep, and that's it. Then they book him out. They continue doing their work, right? Remember, I'm gonna show you something here, right? Which is important. This guy, I told you, this guy is up for something. Oh, this guy named Munyak is up to something. The 19th of June, you book him out. You were going to Morocco police station, okay? We book him out at 4:30, going to Foslor's court. Okay, well, let's leave that one. These police guys, they are doing something. So I'm looking at the most important one now. But yes, I'm looking at the most important one. I think we're going to have to close it here. Yes, I think let's close it here because no, don't worry. We're not gonna close it here. There's another one that I'm looking for because I don't want to waste your data on something that on some things that are not important, not much important. But so far we have seen the 17 hours coming into play. They were left with the 40 hours that he needed to put to Sgt Mogane. But you can already see that he got them to admit to this wrongdoing, and by so doing, they understand the implication of admitting to this wrongdoing. Now, so let me wrap up here, right? You can see that even Sgt Mogane has admitted to this wrongdoing, right? So this lawyer Monyeki has managed to get him to confess into his own local wrongdoings, right? With that being said, I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section below. I want you to get into the comment section below. I want you to tell me what you think about everything that is going on here. In total, you've got a human being that spent 40 hours. Now, guys, 40 hours of traveling, and you are told that the only justification that they can give about this 40 hours is simply to say he was gonna get bored, and so we decided that we were going to do other investigation. And I want to remind you of this. The state must prove its case beyond reasonable doubt, while the defense, they need to poke doubts and prove their doubts based on the evidence provided by the state. And I want to ask you a question. If, looking at the fact that this person spent 17 hours without proper sleep, if you were now to be told that this guy confessed free and voluntarily, would you believe it? Or if I were to say to you, if you sleep less, your concentration span is also less. That's why sleeping, guys, is very important. Some people get injured at work simply because they sleep less. Their concentration span is that low, right? Once your concentration span is so much low, you can do some silly mistake. The point that they are trying to prove here is that yes, you got him to confess, but the confession was under duress. The man was not in his sober senses as per the requirement of an individual that confess. You got what you want, but the method in which you use to achieve your goal is unconstitutional. That's the point that they are bringing. I hope you're noting the point. And this lawyer is not even interested to argue with them. He just got them to confess and leave it for argument. And that's it. He just got them to confess Miyaki and then move them to argument. But you can already see, even when Sgt Mogane are busy admitting to this, you can already see or hear by the tone of their voice that, hey, what is happening? They don't like it because they understand the implication. Like I say, the accused, they don't necessarily need to be all clean. All they need to do is to poke doubt on the existing evidence, and that's it. It's a shame to see this thing unfolding in our presence. You know what it means? It also means that, yeah, the state, Bafeto, their case here, I know. I don't understand how the judge can rule in favor of the state, but I just don't see it happening, right? Me and you guys will see each other in the next video, but until then, please take care.